Oh, I had to hit the go live button. There we go. Let's see if that
It
works.
usually helps.
Hello. Still waiting. Oh, there we go. We're live. I'll get the hang of this streaming thing one day. Welcome, everybody, to Looking for Mom and our game of Eat the Reich. This is a new game for myself and I think everyone at this table. So we may make mistakes. We may muddle through this, but I intend on having fun anyway. Hello, my name is Andrew. I'll be the game master for tonight, and I'll just do a quick round of intros, ask everyone to introduce themselves really quickly before we get started. I'm going to just go backwards from our off-camera thing. Aaron.
I'm Aaron. I'll be playing Chuck. I've been playing ttrpgs now for about a year and a half, and this is the first vampire game I've ever played, so looking forward to it.
Awesome. Next up, Crow Gremlin.
Hi, I'm Echo or Crow. I've been playing ttrpgs since I want to say 2022, and this is probably the third or fourth time I've been playing with Andrew as someone who's running games, and it's probably my first time playing a vampire game as well, so I'm looking forward to it.
Nice. Twerry.
Hey, I'm Tuere. I have been playing these games for about 3 years. I'm at a now shocking 7 tables, and I'm not done. Let's go.
Not enough, never enough. Right. Shallow Lines. Oh, you're muted. See, I'm not the only FMGM here.
I know, darn Stream Deck. I'm Shallow Lines. I'm old, so I think I played my first game in 81, maybe. Anyways, I'm playing Polint, and I'm excited to be here.
Nice to have you. And last but certainly not least, David.
Hey, yeah, David. We'll be playing Iriana, the wealthy vampire. First time playing this game. First time playing any ttrpg other than D&D. Excited to be here and drink some Nazi blood.
Awesome, awesome, awesome.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
So let's get to it. Set this in here. Okay. The year is 1943. Europe is at war. Illuminated by the dull red lights of the bomber's hangar, Commander Slate paces back and forth on the steel plates of the plane's floor. She says, the last 6 months have led us to this point. This is our final move. Your mission is to kill Adolf Hitler in his Zeppelin atop the Eiffel Tower. Before her, 5 reinforced steel boxes hang from the roof of the plane. From behind bulletproof glass in the lids, eyes stare forth with fierce determination. Vampire eyes. Your eyes. She continues. It's hot as hell down there, folks. Once you arrive, you'll be swarmed with Nazi scum until this is done and dusted. She walks over to a large lever mounted towards the front of the bomber. Godspeed and good luck. She salutes the drop coffins and throws the lever. The hatches open and you plummet from the plane towards the lights of Paris at dusk. Far below you, Paris breathes in the dying light of the day. The Place de la Sirène glows golden, its cobblestones warm under the last kiss of the sun. The war a distant thing behind champagne flutes and half-burned cigarettes. The air is thick with butter, wine, and perfume, carrying the quiet dissolution of a city that pretends it is not conquered. At the heart of it all, the mermaid watches. Her marble tail curls gracefully around the fountain's basin. water spilling over its edges in a rhythmic cascade. Her lips are parted in a song that does not exist, her gaze fixed on something beyond the war, beyond the boots that march through her city. She has seen lovers meet beneath her, seen soldiers press cold steel on warm backs in the night. She has seen the world transform from peace to war while she remains unchanged. But now, the sky splits open. A howl of wind, a shriek of metal, then impact. The first drop coffin craters into the square with the force of a meteor, hitting the fountain dead center. Stone explodes outward. A cascade of shattered mermaid and fractured marble crashes down. Fragments of her tail embedding themselves into fleeing civilians. The second coffin follows an instant later, then a third, then more, each one a hammer blow, each one shattering the fragile lie of peace. A cafe table is flung into the street. A waiter is crushed beneath the falling awning. Blood and wine mix on the cobblestones. A woman in fur screams, her voice high and thin before she is drowned out by the ringing echo of destruction. And then silence. The coffins sit half buried in the wreckage. Steel tombs sealed tight. The world holds its breath. Then the lids burst open. The bodies inside the coffins are unrecognizable. The sheer force of the impact has turned bone to dust, flesh to pulp, organs to ruin. Rib cages collapse, skulls split like ripe fruit. A mass of mangled, twitching muscles stews in the confined dark of the steel boxes. Any human, any living thing would be dead 100 times over. But then the nun's blood flows, siphoned from willing and holy veins, blessed in secret at the altar of war. It floods the ruined husks of the fallen. It surges through torn arteries. It crawls into shredded muscle, and it finds what was broken and makes it whole. The bodies jerk. Fingers twitch. A shattered skull seals itself with a whisper of wet bone. And one by one, they breathe once more. And then the things in the coffins move. Flint, what do you look like as you emerge from your drop coffin?
Bloody hell. I crawl out. I got tusks everywhere and big giant ears, and I burble because I'm from a bat colony that I lost, and it sounds like sparrows and bats and insects. And I find a mermaid's head, and I lean up against my coffin and cradle it. Until I recover my body.
Nice. And as Flint cradles the mermaid's head in his lap and burbles, Iriana, how do you emerge from your coffin?
Sure. So although we were like traveling at least like terminal velocity at like inside these coffins, I think you see her like stand up with a champagne flute, like halfway full, didn't spill a drop. She like takes a little swig, looks at Flint, and kind of prepares herself for the next thing. She's on the lookout for Nazis right now. That's all she can get her mind on.
Nice. And how about Chuck?
I think as Chuck's coffin opens, he kind of puts himself back together. He's wearing like a brown leather trench coat, some cowboy boots, and some red suspenders. And as he reaches down to pick up his hat, he's kind of got a cigar he's kind of chewing on in his mouth, looking for somewhere to light it. And he kind of looks out to the fountain and mutters to himself, "It's about damn time."
And Cosgrave.
Cosgrave probably like stumbles out a little bit, like cricking his neck and just being like, Bloody hell, I swear to God, shit's not gonna get any easier. But also just kind of looking around a little suspiciously just to make sure the people around him aren't like after him.
All right. Little paranoid vampire. Okay. And finally, Nicole.
Nicole gets up out of the coffin and says, "Ah, gay Perry, just as gay as me." Looks over to Chuck, lights a match on the dynamite, likes Chuck's cigar, blows it out. It's never too soon to eat Nazi goons. Let's get it.
Love it. As you emerge from your shattered coffins, reinvigorated by the sweet taste of nun's blood, the mortals standing in this courtyard stand frozen. You see a number of police officers nearby, eyes wide as they start to fumble at the holsters at their hip. A waiter's tray forgotten at his feet, the bottle of wine bleeding into the cracks of the pavement. And you see sitting alone, the table blown out from before him, a man still holding the stem of his glass, holding it up in front of him as if it might save him from the monsters that have appeared for him. Then the first scream splits the air. The spell is broken. The world erupts into chaos. A whistle is blown. A gunshot. Flint, you feel the pressure and the whiz whip by your big flappy ear. You see the muzzle flash and the sharp scent of cordite. What do you do? I'll tell you right now, your objective here is to get out of the open, find cover. The threats here are civilian police officers.
And
Not
we have no
Nazis.
blood.
And you have 0 blood.
Flint is cradling the mermaid's head. There are directives. He is animalistic. But he realizes these are not Nazis. He cannot eat them. He would like to eat them. He needs blood. He needs lots of blood. But he must escape first. And directives are directives, even if he doesn't want to follow it. So I think he will alight and run as fast as his feet can take him. Find an alley, someplace dark, someplace cold.
All right. Flint, what check would you like to make here?
Sneak, I think.
All right. Go ahead and roll your sneak. And I will roll for the police. All right, so you have, 3 successes, one of them critical. And I'll roll 2 dice for the police. So they have the 1 success, which negates one of yours. So you have 1 critical and 1 success. How would you like to apply these successes?
Is there a success rating to get free in this?
Actually, no. They don't automatically cancel out. Sorry, your question?
There is a challenge rating for this.
No,
to,
no challenge rating. But you do need 6 allocated to move past this objective.
We need 6 total.
You need 6.
Yeah, I think he runs towards them and then suddenly makes a quick sidetrack into closer to an alley, and he applies both of those successes to the 6 required.
Okay.
The group, right?
Yeah. So it was my mistake. I assumed that you would take one of your successes to cancel one of mine. You don't have to.
Oh. And if I don't, it does what?
You will take damage.
It is just flesh, and it will recover. I will put 2 successes to the 6 that are needed.
All right. So you have 2 successes. You want to apply your critical to the objectives?
Yes.
So that would be all right. So that would reduce that from 6 to a 4. You still have 2 successes to spend. What would you like to use those for?
Can we just? I can do anything with them.
You can apply them
there-
to the objective, defend yourself, eliminate a threat or damage a threat, drink blood, but there's no one's blood to drink here, or activate an ability.
I think he eliminates a threat. I think his fast blur movement makes all the policemen track him. So all their guns just kind of track him towards the alley and pull their gunfire towards him and not the rest of the group.
All right. So 2 successes to the objective, 1 success or 2 successes to eliminating a threat.
How would that work if I do both?
So you play.
They have
so
2 dice. They have 2 dice, right?
Well, I have 1 success. So if you don't defend yourself with one of your successes, you will take damage. So you have total of 4 successes.
Oh, I just
2 of them.
I won't take damage, and I take the other one to
Okay.
eliminate him.
All right, perfect. So objectives comes down from 6 to 4. You defend yourself, so you don't take the damage, and you'll apply 1 against the police. Okay. All right. Who wants to go next? I'm going to start picking on you guys if you guys don't volunteer.
Iriana definitely wants to start shooting at the cops that shot at Flint. So I don't know what the threat level's like here, but
Okay.
the idea is to hide, and in her mind, it's like, well, if there's no one to hide from, then I guess we're hidden.
Okay. Keep in mind, one of your directives is
Uh-huh.
not to kill innocent people.
Oh, and these police officers are innocent?
They're not Nazis. You
Okay,
only kill
gotcha,
Nazis.
Gotcha. Okay. In that case, I'll also try to sneak. Get hidden.
Okay. Go for it.
Let's see it. Oh, that's a 1
only-
on the D6.
You only have
I only
one
roll 1
in
for sneak. Yeah.
Oh my
Hmm.
gosh. And I rolled
Yeah.
boxcars.
Wow.
Oh, what does that mean?
Crazy.
Luckily, I'm not an Ubermunchen. Otherwise, you would be in a lot of trouble. Luckily, you only take 2 points of damage. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a d6.
Sure.
So along your bottom of your character sheet, you'll see what does a 5 relate to.
Shoulder injury.
All right, so mark off the first one under shoulder injury,
Sure.
under that column.
Does
And
just a question? Does my eliminate by 1 die eliminate one of their dice?
on your roll,
Oh,
but
I'm
as
just for me.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
just for
Not
you.
for them.
Yeah. Each
too
of you
bad.
have to face this.
All
threat.
right.
And the second one is also going to be
Okay.
the
So
same.
she gets her arm shot off immediately. She loses an arm. I think it's the arm, like she's holding her champagne flute in. She's kind of looking around nonchalantly, and all of a sudden, like this force, this pressure, like it feels like someone punched her in the stomach, but her arm just like flew like 20 kilometers like back behind her. So yeah, that's her turn.
All right, and now because you've got marked off both under that column, I think you're going to
Yep.
be suffering penalties from now on
Sure.
until you heal.
Okay, gotcha.
All right. That's unfortunate for Iriana.
That's the way it works.
All right, who's next?
I'll go.
Okay.
I think as Chuck sees Iriana get her arm shot off, he goes and runs to grab one of the flipped over tables and just kind of uses it as a shield as he tries to sprint towards an alleyway.
All right. And what do you want to roll for that?
Just roll sneak.
All right, a lot of sneaking going on. All right, you got 1 success. You have 1 net success. What would you like to do with it?
I'll just put it towards getting out of there. So we're at
All right.
5, right?
No, you are now at 3. You only need 3
3.
more successes to get out of there. All right, next up, Cosgrave or Nicole?
I'll go. So I guess Cosgrave would kind of just try to like get by, like kind of run in the general direction Flint's going in. Like,
All right. What do you want to roll for that?
I'm gonna do sneak as well.
Okay. All right. 1 success, 1 critical success. What would you like to do with those? I have 1 success myself.
I'm gonna do 1 success to defend myself, and then the other successes towards the objective.
All right. Down to 1 objective point left.
I need one. I have a question for you. So
Yes.
it says on Nicole's character sheet she has something called blink. Oh, we don't have any blood. Can I not do that? It says burst into shadows and reform a few feet away.
Blink. So you need a blood point for that, and you have no blood.
I can't live on cigars alone. Nicole is going to follow her friend's lead against her better judgment and attempt to sneak, slinking behind some of these gaslit lamps. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Oh, 1 success.
1 success. To my 1 success. What do you want to do?
I
You
need-
could achieve your objective, but you will take damage.
Looking at my team, has my team already taken damage?
Yeah, you've seen Iriana's arm get blown off.
God damn.
I'm all right.
Just a flesh wound.
It's all fun.
Throw band-aids at you. I think for the sake of the team, we'll have to just let the successes roll and make our objective.
right.
And flee through the shadows with our tails tucked between our legs.
All right, that means you will take damage.
Okay.
All right, so let's see what that is. So that is number 3. So on your character sheet, you should see what that maps to.
It says injuries Nicole roll table. Is that right?
Yeah, so I rolled a 3, so that'd be the second one.
2.
So it's just a graze for you. Oh no, you don't have to. Oh, you don't have to roll
I don't
that.
have to roll anything?
Oh no,
It's
no,
okay.
no. Oh my gosh, no. That'd be a bad roll. No, you just mark off the 1 pip under injuries on your character sheet.
Oh, okay.
For number 3 to 4 because I rolled a 3.
3.
So it's just a flesh wound for you, for real.
Okay. All right.
All right.
Did that work? Oh, we'll say it worked.
Let me take a quick look. Hold on. Character sheet's acting funny. Oh, there we go. No, I don't see it. There we go.
Okay.
I marked it off for you on your sheet.
Fantastic.
All right. So, with Flint leading the charge, mermaid head still tucked under his arm.
Definitely. He's talking to it in
Ta-
burbling. Well, you guys can't know what it says because you're not bats. But bats have very economy. Just poetry, really. Short words.
All right. So with Flint leading the way out of the courtyard, Iriana stopping to try to take a sip of champagne from her glass, getting her arm blown off before deciding
Tragedy.
to make what's left of her body and take it out of the courtyard as well, followed quickly by Chuck, Cosgrave, and Nicole, who, as you are the last person to leave this courtyard, and the police officers are still, they've all drawn their pistols and they're firing madly at the 5 monsters that suddenly fell into their courtyard. You stop, you turn around, Nicole, at one last moment to catch the last bullet, to save your friends and make sure everyone else gets out. But it's just a graze this time.
It's fine.
So you guys have achieved your objective. First mission done. I'm going to bring you to the objective tracker. And if you to pan and move around here, you can hold the left mouse button down to move the map around. and the mouse wheel to zoom in and out. So you landed here in Place de la Sirène. Oh, sorry, folks on the stream, I can't move this to stream view. Oh, maybe I can actually. Snap. Sync view. There we go. Yeah, you guys started here in Place de la Sirène. Where do you guys want to go to next? Anywhere in Sector 3?
Where is? So is Sector 3 just? Oh, okay, I see. So it's where that little bloodline is.
Exactly. Yeah. We did the graveyard in our session 0, so I suggest you try something else.
About the I guess the graveyard and the church kind of go hand in hand. Hotel would be. I mean,
Let's go to the
pretty cool.
hotel because there's probably Nazis we can eat there. Everybody looks a little busted, and we could all use a drink.
Amen.
All right. So, Hôtel L'Étoile, it is. All right. Here we go. Okay. Hôtel L'Étoile. You duck in out of the... Oh, I'm just going to change the music. It's a little raunchy for this. All right. The Hôtel L'Étoile is a jewel among the occupied city's ruins. Crystal chandeliers, gilded staircases, a soft glow of candlelight playing against the polished marble floors. Here, among velvet banquets and whispering conversation, the war feels like a distant thing. Officers lounge in pressed uniforms, sipping cognac and toasting themselves. A grand piano commands the center of the 6th floor bar, its ivory keys kissed by the careful hands of a well-paid musician. When you enter, there is a moment of stillness, a flicker of something in the candlelight, a tremor in the chandelier's glow, and the piano tinkles into silence and a hush falls over the room. At first, curiosity, then fear crosses the faces of the officers lounging here. The officer nearest you spits out a mouthful of whiskey and scrambles for his sidearm. A waitress caught mid-step with a tray of drinks collapses in terror, a bottle of brandy spilling across the floor like blood. The pianist sits frozen. But the music isn't over. For these monsters that have just arrived will play the final notes for themselves. I'm going to go backwards now in terms of the order. Nicole, what would you like to do?
Let the music play, Nicole says, and strike up the band. And she tries to terrify the officers that are there. She walks over to one and just drinks their drink right in front of them and slams it on the ground.
Okay. By the way, your objective in this location is to make a suitable entrance, whatever that means to you. Obviously, the threat in here are Nazi officers. Several of them.
Hurt these guys?
You can drink these guys, yes.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. So I slam his drink down and push him and say, get me another. Well, no, I don't push him. I just scare him. Get me another one.
All right, go ahead and make your roll.
Okay, I'm going to terrify or try to terrify him. Let's see. How do we do that?
I got no successes. Oh, no successes.
No, don't say that. We're awkward. We're awkward. Now he thinks I'm flirting with him. It's mixed signals.
Yeah, he looks at you and he's
Make the entrance
at first he's
one
terrified. he thinks like what the hell's going on? Then you start winking oddly at him, trying to terrify him. And now he's like offering you a drink as you kind of have this awkward exchange.
Yeah.
Cosgrave.
Cosgrave is probably gonna do. I'm trying to figure out what he would do. He probably would like do a cartwheel in or something, and then try and like bare his teeth at like one of the officers and be like, "Oh, I know what I'm gonna be able to have as a little snack later."
All right. What skill is this then, or which attribute?
Probably terrify, if we're being
Okay.
honest.
Okay.
Because he's probably gonna wanna. Oh shit! Come on!
2 failures, and I have 2 successes. Oh, guys.
Come on! Not doing well tonight.
So as you saunter up to another officer and try to basically bully him into letting you feed on him, he says, "Not today, vampire," as he pulls his sidearm out and shoots you. So the first
I love
bullet
it.
is going to be number 4. So where is your character here? You are
So number 4, where are you? Number
it's
4 is a sucking chest wound or a shot in the
Nice.
face.
nice. All right. Go ahead and mark the first pip off on that one. And the
Okay.
second shot will go to 5.
Ooh, can't mark blood to use abilities. So does that mean that I can drink blood, but I just can't use it for the abilities?
You shouldn't have any penalties with the first pip. The
No,
penalties only.
oh, with the first one. Okay, so when both of them are off, then I can't do that. Okay.
Correct. Yep.
Just wanted to make sure because I don't know.
Yep. No, that's fair. So not off to a great start. Chuck.
Chuck hasn't. Chuck was in jail for eating the county sheriff and hadn't had food since he'd went to jail. And seeing how as these guys fired off the first shot and hit Cosgrove, he's just gonna walk right up to one and just bite down as hard as he can, right on the neck, and just start
All right.
drinking.
All right. What are you rolling?
I'm gonna roll brawl, I guess, right?
All right. That sounds like a brawl to me. All right. 2 successes, one of them critical. I have 1 success. How do you want to spend
So I'll
yours?
do 1 success to defend myself, and how many does it take? A certain amount of successes to drink blood?
You can just
Can't
use
remember.
1. For every
1.
point you spend, you get 1 point of blood.
I've got 3 successes, 1 to defend myself, 1 to drink blood. And I think with the other one, as he's drinking this guy, he's going to pull out his gun and just like not even look and just fire a round off into the other officer sitting at the table.
All right. So you fire off into the crowd of officers, and you hit one square in the chest, and he falls over, drink still in hand. His drink now all over the floor with a look of terror and surprise on his face. There are only about half a dozen more officers to go.
So I'll get 1 bullet, right?
Yeah, you got 1 shot. Or you do 1 point damage. However, narratively you want to spread that out. You can.
I was just asking, so I get 1 point of blood, right?
You do get 1 point of blood. Yes.
Okay.
So let me remind you, none of you have applied anything to your objective yet. So until that objective is met, you guys are going to be stuck here, and I'm going to send more reinforcements to these guys, and it's just going to get more and more difficult.
Gotcha.
All right.
Totally forgot about the objective marker. Probably should have done that instead, but it looked cool when I shot that guy.
Just
So.
too damn hungry. That's what it is here. You're hangry. All right. Iriana.
Okay, I'm gonna ask like this young couple that are on their first date, like, hey, can I borrow y'all's table? And I'm gonna put an explosive rune on there, lift it up, and throw it at the table with the Nazi officers.
All right. What is
And
that
hopefully
going
it
to do?
detonates. I maybe so she wants to make a grand entrance, probably like a terrify
Okay.
is what I'm thinking.
And I think since you're using a rune, you get a bonus, right?
Yeah. Only if it's concealed. Honestly, this is just like I just want to blow some shit up.
Okay, so this is not you're not going to get the bonus. This is just for flavor.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. Let's see it with the terrify.
One success
You're gonna-
to my none. All right. What do you want to do with it?
I'll put it towards the objective.
All right. All right. So this table goes flying across the room with this magical blood rune engraved into its top. And as it lands with a crash at a table full of Nazi officers, they look up at you in abject terror and shrink back into the corner a little bit to give you some space because they see what your friends are trying to do marginally successfully.
I'm looking
And
at
they don't
Cosgrave
want.
who's like hitting on someone at the bar. I'm like, okay.
That's
right.
Nicole. Nicole's the
He
one
would be the type to hit on someone, but
Yeah.
not a
Sorry.
Nazi.
I think Cosgrave is trying to go to the bar and hit on someone. But
And he gets shot.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god.
All right.
Yeah. All right, I think
Flint.
that's it for me.
Flint was born in this huge cavern, South America, in a giant bat colony with broad-toothed tailies and common big-eared bats and histiotus and big and tiny yellow ears. And that's all he knew. He had never really eaten people before. All the bats would cover them with their warmth and feed him coming up to his mouth. Each of them just giant colony, and they called him Big Darkness, Owl Killer. And he unfurls his wings behind him with this huge black gossamer, and he just goes screaming into the corner where those Nazis are trying to hide. And he's speaking in bat tongue. It's not that he doesn't know how to speak. It's just that he can't make the words, but he burbles and he kind of screams in bats. Officer's plight, revenge entwined, darkness eats. And he just crashes into these and brawls.
Okay. 2 critical successes, which equals 4 net successes. And I have 2 successes. So you have 2 successes. What would you like to do? Or actually,
Yeah.
sorry, you can do whatever you want with them.
So part of Flint's ability is he gets blood whenever he's in melee. So he automatically gets 3 blood without ever spending any of those successes. And he just rends them. All 4 of those points go towards the, well, how much do we need for the objective?
You still need 5 points towards your objective.
And I have 4. I think he's just going to apply. He's just ripping bodies to shreds. They are just dismembered. He goes careening into the corner. His wings are still unfurled. Maybe you can see through the gossamerness of his black wings as he's just throwing Nazis everywhere. And he puts all 4 successes into the objective, and he gets 3 blood because he's in melee.
I have 2 successes.
Oh.
You want to defend yourself?
Yeah, I guess. I defend myself. I put 2 successes into the objective.
All right. All right. So objective count is down to 3. And we're back atop Nicole.
Nicole turns around and sees Flynn and what he's up to and is incredibly struck with jealousy. All offense, but I'll have what he's having. These drinks won't cut it, she says, and pulls out an incredibly long rifle for no reason. An absurdly large rifle. It says that I have 4 uses of this rifle, but how many can I use per turn?
Just 1.
I can use
But
it once.
yeah.
Okay, since this blood donation here is standing right beside me, can I get the plus for close quarters?
You certainly can.
Hell yeah. All right, pull up the rifle, park it at him and bark it and see if I can shoot him.
All right. So that what's I think that's a shoot skill. Is that
It shoots, and I'm supposed to get +1, but I don't know how to represent that on rolling.
yeah, we'll just roll a separate. Oh my gosh, that's good. And to roll that extra d6, click on the chipped tooth, big circle in the bottom.
Okay.
Click on the red 1d6 once. You should see it turn to 1.
Did it do it? Oh, damn.
I'll just take the first one. You click it twice there.
Okay. Wow.
So you have 1, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Hell yeah.
And I'll roll for this poor officer here. To 1 success. All right. So what would you like to spend your successes on?
As this fountain of blood flies over me, I'm like, Flynn, I'm catching up. Is it possible for me to fight this guy so I can maybe recover some of my strength or energy? Is that okay? Okay.
All right.
So I can use 1 to get some blood back.
Yep.
Do I need blood to make my injuries go down?
You need 3 blood to remove 1 injury.
What? Are you serious? Oh my God. Okay. Well, I'll just mark down 1, and then I think I have. Let me see. What did I roll? 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I have to give you 1, so I have 3. Then I use 1 to get some blood, so I have 2. So can I put the remaining 2 into our objective so that we are
1 point away?
1 away.
Excellent. All right. So you pull out this stupidly big rifle.
How can we hold it? I don't know.
And as this flirtation just kind of gets a little weird. Yeah, you just end up with a shotgun, basically. And his blood is all over you, and and he is no more. And you only have 1 point left to reach your objective. Who wants to go next? Cosgrave. I'm looking at you.
So I have a question. For the wrong thing. For the knife that I have, it has a 4 next to it. Does that mean that I can only use it 4 times?
If you use the special ability that's in brackets next to your knife.
Oh, okay. So I'm probably not gonna use that right now. But Cosgrave is probably gonna take it out, take the knife out, and end up kind of like flipping it up and then attacking the guy in front of him with it.
Okay. While you're doing this, I forgot to mention, just before you blew this guy up, Nicole, you guys do hear the sound of heavy boots coming up the stairs as more Nazi reinforcements are arriving. All right. Go ahead, Cosgrave.
So for that, how do I do that? Like for the...
So what attribute are you going to use for this?
Oh, okay, cool. Good question. I'm probably gonna do Brawl, because I think that probably makes the most sense.
All right. Go ahead and roll Brawl, and then roll an extra d6.
Extra d6? Okay.
Uh-oh. All right. You have 1 success to my 2. How would you like to spend that 1 success?
Probably... I'm trying to... I guess defend myself, because I'm probably not... Like, whatever injury I'm gonna get, I don't want to... Like, I'm gonna get one anyway, but I might as well do it. Like, mitigate that a little bit.
All right. This Nazi in front of you is giving you a hard time, and he's just firing point blank into you as he lets loose, and you're going to take another bullet. And this one is going to hit number 4.
Oh, come on. Okay. Number 4, where are you? Come on. Okay.
I think you're 2 pips in that one, right?
Yeah. Yes, I am.
What is the penalty for that one? Can you describe it?
+2 terrify or -2 con. So I'm probably gonna have him, Cosgrave, kind of like have like this just giant gaping hole in his chest where you can kind of see like bits of his rib cage just kind of like crack and like break off, and like you could see through it and like just see where his heart should be, and like it just is like black in that area. Like it's like a chasm.
Okay. That was the first one. That was your sucking chest wound. This is a second
Yeah.
pip for that. So you moved on to shot in the face.
Yeah. Yeah, so for that one, kind of like it almost looks like you can like parts of his face are now like peeling off almost. Like just like you can see like bone, and it's almost like it's melting off of his face.
Nice. All right. So and that's why you get the +2 modifier to terrify rolls, but -2 to any con rolls.
Yeah,
All
that
right.
makes sense.
Chuck is gone. Iriana.
Okay, she's gonna take her magic saber out with her one arm, and she's going to charge at a group of Nazis. Probably the ones at the table. You know, really kind of, unless Flint's gotten them all. But if there's any stragglers, I'd love to take some attacks on them. With the charge ability, so I'll be adding like another d6 to that.
Yep.
So
Yep.
brawl. Alrighty.
Brawl plus a d6. And don't forget to
Let's
mark off
see.
the use of the equipment there.
For sure.
as well. All right.
Okay. Ooh, nice.
And, Iriana, you have one more d6, right?
No, my brawl's only a 2. I get the 3 with the charge.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you have what would you like to spend your 2 successes on?
I'll allocate one towards the objective, and then one to protect myself, my other arm. As she's just
All
going
right.
in there swinging with Nazis, making sure she doesn't lose this one as well.
Well, so all right. So one-armed Iriana wades into the remaining Nazis that are cowering in the corner, and you make short work of them.
Grab him.
And now, as you've achieved your objective, made quite a grand entrance, there's a room full of dead Nazi officers now. Second mission accomplished. I'm going to go back to the map here.
Flint goes and finds a goblet because he's a colony guy. Really, he was born in a colony. He takes this goblet and he goes, whoa, and he puts 3 blood in the goblet and he puts it on the table. Heal self. Flint give blood, and he gives up his 3 blood he just took from the Nazis to whatever his colony wants to use it for.
Who's looking the most messed up? Cosgrave, how are you looking? You got 3 injuries?
Somebody's got one arm.
I've got one arm, but I mean I'm making it work. I don't know about y'all.
But I just
Let
Let me
with
just
one
double
arm.
check.
after one arm, there's none arms.
Yeah, I was gonna say like I
Can't
look
argue with that.
really, really bad, but I feel like I could probably use that to my advantage, at least
Okay.
like for a little bit. So I'm okay with not doing that if she wants 2 arms again.
Well-
like I'm cool with that.
Ariana's gonna like sheepishly walk up to Flint, like kind of like he's like a rabid chihuahua, you know, and then kind of saying, "Hey,
Oh.
appreciate this," and take that blood and try to heal for one of her
right.
injuries.
All right. So it goes from a 2 to a 1 in that category.
Yes. And does my arm just straight up come back? Oh yeah, it becomes a shoulder injury. So I assume maybe I've got like a nub.
It's starting
Yeah,
Kind of
it's kind of like
slowly.
Deadpool. Deadpool's
Yeah.
little baby arm.
I hate that. Beautiful. Sounds amazing. Appreciate you, Flint.
Can we eat the Nazis that are killed?
No, once the scene is over, you can't drink their blood.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Alrighty. So where to next, folks? You guys at the Place de la Sirène, Hôtel Étoile.
What are you guys thinking? Catacombs sound fun. I don't know if there's gonna be many Nazis down there.
I picked the last place. You guys have to pick the next place. I mean, I apologize. The drinks did suck there, but the last time.
Once again, I should just remind you, your goal is to get to Sector 1 eventually and to get to the Zeppelin and top of the Eiffel Tower. So
Are
one
there
of these
any-
places will get you there.
Okay, so it's kind of just like you just kind of randomly pick one until one happens to be the right one.
Yeah, one of these places will get you to Sector 2.
If we're just looking to bank on blood, the Grand Martin would probably have a bunch of Nazis in it. You just wanted to farm blood for a little bit.
Sounds good to me. Get buffed up.
Flint,
All right.
Especially
always
with Flint. Yeah.
What do y'all
Alright.
think? Grand Magazine Martin.
Le Grand Magasin Martin.
Magazine.
Okay.
All
Let's
right.
do it.
Maybe the drinks will be better.
All right,
Oh,
there we go.
Up from here.
All right. So you stroll out of Hotel L'Etoile after causing death and mayhem there, covered in blood, little nub arm growing back on Iriana, and making your way just a couple blocks away to the Grand Magasin Martin. And you smell the perfume before seeing the building. The perfume, the smell, the scent is rich, floral, layered, complex. Le Grand Magasin Martin is a temple to excess. It is a multi-level shrine to indulgence, towering over the ration-starved city below it. As you enter, you see escalators humming, ferrying fur-clad matrons and high-ranking officers between sections as exhausted clerks snap to attention. Glass counters gleam under chandeliers, silk gloves, gold watches, liqueurs wrapped in red ribbon, all stacked in perfect, gluttonous order. As you enter looking for food, you hear the heavy sound of footsteps rushing in behind you. You see on the far end of this foyer a map that shows you an exit at the backside of this building, which could lead to Sector 2. Your objective in this scene is to find your way out of this maze-like building before you die. On your heels will be an infantry squad, armored. These are soldiers, not cops, not terrified officers. These are Nazi soldiers. This is going to be a little tougher.
Mhm.
What would you like to do?
Could I ask a quick question about advances?
Mhm.
We don't start out with them, right?
No,
Okay, got like none of them. Okay,
none of them. You need to eat an Ubermenschen.
gotcha. Beautiful. Alrighty.
All right. So, Iriana, I'm going to have you go first this time. What would you like to do?
Sure. I assume this building is. Oh. Yeah. I'm gonna take out a cigarette from my pocket, smoke it up, and regain 2 blood. I assume this thing looks like grotesque. It was like I found it in like some Nazi's pocket who was like hanging from a tree. It's some good stuff though, and apparently like heals me up. I'm going to mark 1 blood, and summon a swarm of bats. I get a plus for the old buildings. So I'm gonna do that and just kind of like send them towards like where the infantry footmen are coming towards. Just like create some kind of blockade.
All right. So this is Knight's Willing Servants.
Yep.
All right. You mark the blood, and you have their servants. All right. What do these servants do for you?
They're under my control. Summon a swarm of bats under your control.
All right. So what this does is it gives you 1 extra die on whatever skill roll you want to make on your turn. So what skill roll do you want to make? So you see, you guys are kind of moved into the foyer of this large department store is what it really is. You see officers kind of milling about. You can see the infantry moving in behind you, and you have to get to the other side. What do you want to do?
Could I potentially make like a con roll and like try to like boost my team's morale? I'm gonna say like we got this. I throw my bats out and I try to bolster our confidence.
All right, go for it.
You think that's a con?
Are you trying to trick your friends?
Oh, I thought that was like Constitution. Okay. No, I'm not trying to trick my friends. Okay. In that case, I'll just do a... Well, that's a con. God dang it.
That was a good roll, though. Wow.
Sorry.
Wow, that's insane.
Sorry, y'all. I'll just start blasting behind me, I'll start blasting at an entryman. Let's see it.
All right.
So that'll be just a shoot with an extra die.
All right. I'm rolling 3 dice here now.
Okay.
No successes. So you have 3 successes, 1 of them critical. So a total of 4 successes. What would you like to do?
I'm going to put 2 towards the objective and 2 towards taking out some of these foot soldiers. As I kind of like hear them behind us and just start blasting.
All right.
Rifle being propped up by 1 nub.
Okay. Excellent. So you need 6 points to get past this objective. You use 2 of them, so you're down to 4, and you do 2 points of damage to the threat. Excellent.
Awesome.
As you turn around and you start blasting away at them, you see these armored infantry squad start falling like flies, and you see blood spurting everywhere, and you can't help but think how hungry you are. All right, who's going next?
I'm gonna follow your lead and say, I like that. And immediately reach back and huck a huge smoke grenade at them to cover our advance as we move through the space, and hopefully keep us from getting lit up once they round the corner.
All right. That sounds like a sneak to me. Does that sound right?
Sure.
And you get an extra die for your grenade.
Okay. Ooh. Oh, that was
All right.
good.
All right. So you got 2 successes, 1 of them critical. So 3 successes total. I have 1. How would you like to spend yours?
Okay, I'll use one of my 3 to negate yours. And then how many do we have to do to achieve our objective here?
You need 4 more.
Then can I give... I'll be generous. I'll give my 2 other ones to the 4. So now we have 2 more that we need to get to make our objective.
All right. And as you throw your smoke grenade into their midst, the infantry start running around blindly, crashing into one another. Some of them slipping over the spilled blood from Ariana's attack. Some of them break their necks, slit their armor open on a broken glass, littering the floor, and even more blood wasted, spilling across this apartment floor. All right. Next.
Flint sees the bats go and it immediately pops his head up. Thunk. And he just starts to talk to him. And then he sees the smoke and he puts his hands down and these long metal gouging talons pop out of his arms and he puts him behind him and he goes screaming towards, following the bats overhead. You just hear this screech as his talons are going over the marble floor. And as the smoke is going everywhere and they're running about, he just lays into him with the bat colony because they're his. They're his things. He sees bats again. It's been so long. Come, cover me with your warmth. And he just lays into the Nazis. He's going to roll ball, plus he's going to use his steel gouging claws.
Oh my gosh, nice roll.
I got one more D6 to add. Oh, no, that's right. It got it right. Oh, good.
All right, so you got 4 successes, 2 critical, so that's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 successes. What would you like to do with them?
He's just shredding. No wasted blood this time. He gets 3 blood just for being in melee.
All right.
They didn't get any successes, or they got one.
I got 2. I got 2.
Yeah, he's gonna take those away because they don't even have time. They're shooting. It's going all over the place. He doesn't get hit by him. He's just shredding him into pieces. You see pieces fly out of this smoke screen, go tumbling over everywhere. He takes 3 blood because he's ravenous. Nothing is wasted this time. And then he has 4 successes left.
Right? Yes, exactly.
So we only need 2 to finish.
You only need 2 to finish.
Yeah, I think he's ravenous, though. I think he's just going to give 1 to the thing, and he's going to take 3 more blood and have a total of 6.
Wow, Flint is gorging. Love it. You hear screams of terror, pain, anguish, and chaos, and this cloud of smoke with bats screeching ahead, and Flint with his Wolverine-type talons is coming in and tearing the squad to shreds and feasting on them at the same time. So, Chuck, Cosgrave, what do you guys want to do?
I think Chuck will see Flint just gorging on these Nazis. And again, he hadn't eaten in what seems like forever. And his eyes just turn, his pupils just get really tiny. Like he's just, he can't control himself either. And he's just going to run into the fray and maybe just try to catch a Nazi that Flint has thrown into the air and just try to feed on him.
All right. Sloppy seconds.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead. Ouch.
Can't do it.
You got 1 success. I have 2. How do you want to spend your 1 success?
I'll defend.
All right. So, Chuck, you wade into this smoke, hoping to pick up a stray corpse that Flint throws your way. You pick one up, ready to feast on it, ready to sink your teeth into its neck, only to realize it is still very much alive, this Nazi soldier. And he raises the gun and fires into your face. So this will hit you in the number 5 for 1 pip.
Mauled or eviscerated?
All right. All right, so not a gun. Then he has a little army knife that he pulls out and he slices open your guts and your intestines just kind of flow out.
But I don't take the stuff that's in the brackets until I get
No.
2, right?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then I'm not going to use my cowboy hat yet then.
All right. Cosgrave.
So Cascade's probably gonna go into the fray and kind of like pop up like ghost-esque, like in front of one of the Nazi officers and try to like scare them, like and like see how that goes. Let's see, because where's I get 2 extra ones for that. Do I add the d6 before I do that? Or
I think if you use your equipment to roll, it should add it for you automatically. But if you not, just roll your ability and we can roll extra dice after that.
Okay, wait, nah.
So you should have 2 more, right?
Yeah. And let's see where that gets me. Okay.
2 successes total to my 1. So what do you want to do?
Okay. So I'm gonna do 1 to defend and then 1 to drink blood that's in the surrounding area.
All right. So you drink blood. I just want to double check the rules. Drinking blood, does it only give you 1? Allocate your dice, drink blood. Yeah, it doesn't say. All right, we'll just go for 1 for now.
Okay.
All right.
How do I add that?
Your blood
So
score?
Yeah. Is that something we like put in?
Yeah, you should have a tracker for blood.
Okay. Yeah, it doesn't. Wait.
Under your trackers tab.
Yeah, it
Or on the
has
main
like an
screen.
L. Oh wait, never mind. It like won't let me actually do anything to it. So.
Oh, that's weird.
On the main screen, can you see blood and injuries by your little icon in the bottom?
Oh, it'll let me do it that way. Okay, I didn't realize that.
Click blood,
you just
add
click
it,
blood.
and then hit the check mark. Otherwise, it won't hold.
Yeah, I did that. I didn't realize that it did anything that way. Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Ez. All right, so that was all you guys' turn. Next round, at the beginning of next round, you see the smoke starts to clear. The bats are still circling inside this department store. You guys haven't really, although you guys have made advances against your objective, you basically haven't moved anywhere. You're still in the lobby. You know the exit. Flint, after you fly up, you can see clearly exit sign, the back of this department store. You just need to get there.
He hasn't grown wings yet. He hasn't flown. He's still on the ground.
Oh, he's still on the ground? All right.
Right. He didn't have blood yet to fly.
Okay. But what you guys see is these infantry start to get up, recover, regroup. You see an infantry vehicle, an armored vehicle, come crashing through the front door of this department store. An armored car, as well as the infantry. Now you have 2 threats. So every action you make, I'm going to be countering with 2 rolls. 1 from the infantry, 1 from armored car. Who wants to go first?
I think Iriana's gonna like grab a bat out of the sky, immediately engrave an explosive rune on it, and send it up like with the rest of the swarm. And I want to instruct the swarm to fly into the armored car.
Nice. All right. Go ahead and make that roll, and I'll give you the concealed bonus for that because it's kind of mixed in with all the other bats.
Nice. Yeah. Okay, let's see it. Oh, but I've also got to like make a roll. So I guess what would that be? Like a.
Yep.
I guess just like a shoot, right? I'm just trying to shoot him with like an explosive bat.
Yep. All right. Go
So
for it.
I gotta get 2d6 for that.
Oh, nice roll. So I'm going to roll 3 for the infantry, and then 2 more for the armored vehicle. All right, so I've got 3 successes to your 4.
Okay. I'll use 3 of them to defend myself for sure, and then do some damage against that armored truck. And then I'll also just try to like book it towards the exit. like they're like, I
Okay.
think we got to get the hell out of here.
All right. Unfortunately, because this is an armored car, it has a challenge rating of 1, which means you have to have 2 successes to do 1 point of damage.
Gotcha. I
So-
will take the arm injury, or which injury? I'll take one of the injuries. I'll put 2 towards the armored truck, and 1 towards. I think. What am I doing? So yeah, I take 2 of the injuries. No, 1 of the injuries. 2 successes towards the armored truck, and I'll put 3 successes. Oh, and then 1 towards defending myself. So take 1 injury, defend myself, and then hit the truck.
All right. All right.
Beautiful.
So your injury is going to be
Let's see it.
number 2.
2. That is, she gets her suit torn, her beautiful old money kind of lingerie underneath. Like you're starting to see like the lace,
All right.
but we're
Uh,
chilling.
All right. Well, you're in the department store. You can get a new set of clothes if you want to.
There you go. Scoop something
but,
off of the rack.
Your bats managed to penetrate the steel plates of this armored car and do 1 point of damage to it. All right. Who's next?
I can go next. Nicole rounds the corner in a Versace suit and Gucci slippers.
She just stole off some patron.
Several stars. All that other stuff is gone. I don't need any of that. And she looks at the armored car that's coming toward her and says, "Come to mommy," and levels a huge RPG. Immediately lets that go.
Oh, love it. All right.
So
All right.
I figure this is shoot. And can I use abilities or no? Not yet.
You can use abilities, but some of them require blood just to make sure. So make sure you have the blood to spend.
I have 1 blood. Is that okay? So what I want to try to do is have an ability called Sapper. It says when I use explosives, I reduce an object or threats challenged by 1.
Oh, okay. So what that means with special is you have to roll a 6 to activate that.
Okay, let's hope I roll a 6. For this rocket launcher, I get +4 for demolitions. So
Holy moly! All right.
Let's see
Actually,
a
no,
six.
+3. I see +3 for armored target.
Oh, does it?
Yeah, dynamite is +4 for demolitions.
Oh, you're right. You're right. Hold on.
And because this is your last use of the Panzerfaust, you get an extra die. So it is actually 4 dice.
Okay, we got back around there. Did that work?
Holy!
How did I have so many
All right.
non-successes?
So you did get a special success there, but I'm going to roll for the infantry and the armored vehicle.
Come on. What?
Ooh.
They're on their game today. Okay.
All right.
You see, but I did roll a
Whoa.
special. So
you
that
did roll
does
special.
mean that their challenge rating goes down by 1, which should mean that the armored vehicle will take normal damage now. I did fuck it up just enough. Question mark?
Yes. However, you have to spend your 6. That would mean you have to spend 2 successes of your 3 to activate that, meaning you have 1 success left.
Mhm.
And what do you want to use that for?
Oh, okay.
To damage it? Because
I
I have
taking-
4 successes coming your way.
Am I taking damage?
Oh yeah. You're
I look too good to take damage. Don't be like that. Okay. I'll use one of my successes to defend myself because I'm fond of those arms, and I'd really like to keep them on.
All right. The rule in this game is if I have 3 or more net successes, like after you allocate dice to defend yourself, one of your columns gets maxed out to 2 pips automatically. So spending one point to defend yourself at this point means nothing, because I have 4 next successes. If you take one away, I still have 3.
Could I then spend 1 point to get blood instead?
Sorry, to
get blood instead?
Yeah, you certainly can.
Okay. So I paint my beautiful outfit scarlet, and I go ahead and eat something near me. God damn, that didn't work. A stress snack, if you will. So I have two blood at this point.
All right, but you will take an injury.
Okay.
What is number 3? Column number 3. 3 or 4? That one.
Do I go to actions, injuries, roll table? Is that what?
I think it's on your main sheet, right at the bottom. Oh, this is bad.
Is it? Because before I took some damage, but I wasn't sure how to track it.
Yeah, so at the very bottom of your main sheet, like on your character sheet, you'll see a section called injuries.
Yeah.
What injury did you take before? Do you remember what the roll was?
No. I'm sorry, I don't.
Okay. I'll just roll again. We'll figure out what that is now. It was just a minor injury anyway. So that would be a number 6.
That's terrible.
All right.
Okay. Does that mean I'm dead? Am I dead again?
So number 6, you have number 6. Your initial one was just that. Actually, no, it was just a graze. Your last one.
Right.
Oh, I didn't know how to.
It was this one. And then with this critical success damage against you, I rolled a 3. It's the same category, so that one gets maxed out to 2, which means you are now bleeding out, Nicole. You will lose 1 blood at the start of each of your turns.
That's great because I have none blood.
All right. And you have this condition until you heal yourself.
Okay.
Which is going to be difficult if you keep bleeding out.
I know. How did my rocket launcher miss? I'm trying to think in my mind. I'm like, how did you miss?
No, your
Anyway.
rocket launcher hit. You spent your critical success there. You used your special ability to break away the steel armor plating on this vehicle. It is now vulnerable to attacks. The challenge rating is now gone for the next person who wants to shoot at it. Who would like to do that? I think it's we're down. Sorry, go ahead, Chuck.
I think Chuck is going to see that we might be fighting a losing battle here. And maybe try to run down the foyer and try to get to the door. And as he's doing that, he's just going to put some... Well, yeah, he'll put some rounds into the armored car.
All right. So what is the primary action here? You're trying to sneak or shoot, do you think?
I don't think I'm sneaking at this point. I think I'm because I'm full blown running and just firing into the armored car. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Go for it.
Not brawl. Where's shooting?
Wow.
How do you miss an armored truck?
All right. 2 successes. You're going to take 2 wounds. Chuck is not having a good day. All right, Chuck. The first wound is going to be number 2.
That is going to be a flesh wound.
All right. And the second one is going to be a number 2.
Oh, well, that's going to max that out. I guess, yeah, I'm bleeding 2. Mark 1 blood at the start of your next turn.
All right, so 2 of you are bleeding out.
Or actually, no, excuse me. I'm going to use, as one bullet comes by, I'm going to say it's going to go, maybe I duck, maybe I turn a little bit to just barely get out of the way, and it's going to put a hole through my cowboy hat, just the top of it. And that means I get to ignore an injury or being downed. Hat is destroyed, though.
Oh
No.
Not that.
We are in a department store.
Yeah, that is true. That is true. I think as this bullet goes through Chuck's hat, as he's trying to make a run for the exit door, he's going to kind of feel it go through and then take his hat off and kind of look through it. And as he's looking through the hole, he can see the Nazis on the other side of his hat and go, God damn it.
All right. Cosgrave, what are you up to?
Cosgrave is probably so how do abilities work again? So like if I so if it says mark blood, it means that you have to use the blood to do it, right?
Correct.
Okay. I'm trying to think if that's worth it. You know what? It just might be. So I'm gonna try to use Phantasmagoria. I don't think I pronounced that properly, but I'm gonna try to use that to see if I can like terrify the guards enough for the rest of them to like go like head out. So
Okay. So what does this nightmare illusion look like?
It good question. I'm trying to think. So it would probably be like I guess you would try to think of like what their worst nightmares theoretically would be. So probably like I don't know if he would know what their like loved ones would look like, but basically like try to emulate like whatever like his family like whoever's their family and friends and just like their loved ones like end up like not getting tortured necessarily, but like getting like in pain and like I guess just being in hell, like just like whatever like most people would assume hell would be like. And like them
Alright.
burning.
All right. So I'll say you only get this bonus if you can incorporate the setting into this illusion. So what I'll say is like the mannequins in this department store come to life in the minds of these Nazi soldiers, and they see the images of their family on them as they are immolated in fire and chaos. So go ahead. I'll give you the advantage with those dice. Mark, take away the blood because it does cost you blood.
I did do that.
All right.
So that's gonna. I think I did that correctly. So let's see.
So you got the one
Okay,
extra die
cool.
for that.
Oh, I do. Okay.
All right. So I will roll for the threats. I have 3 successes. You have 2. How do you want to spend your successes?
Okay. Do I? Oh, you have 3. Okay. Oh wait. Do I technically have 3 as well because one of them was a 6?
Oh yes, you do have 3. Correct. Thank you.
Okay. So I will. Wait. How many do you have? Okay. Wait. You
I
have
have
3
3
as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me just double check what that is. So I'm gonna do. Well, I don't know if people are gonna end up going to. Okay. So I'll definitely do two to defend myself. Wait. Would I? Yeah. So I'm gonna. Yeah. So. Oh, because one of them's a critical, so I can do 3 to defend myself, and then
Take no damage. Yep.
take no damage, and then
That would be it.
that would be it. Yeah. I was debating because I was like, I don't know if other people are gonna actually head out, so we'll see what that does.
Okay, so that's how you want to spend your successes? Negate the damage, defend yourself?
Yeah, mainly because I want to try to get definitely 2 of them. I guess I'll see what the other guys do because I feel like, yeah, I'll do all 3 because I just don't know what's gonna happen. So,
All right, so Cosgrave, you summon this hellish illusion, bringing the mannequins to life behind you, immolated in fire. The Nazis, as they open up on you, the machine gun turret on the armored vehicles kind of trained on you, but they're so distracted by these distressing images that some of them fail to fire. Others kind of stand a little stunned and terrified at what they're seeing. Others fire, but they can't seem to make you out or are trying to avoid the mannequins, and so they shoot wildly everywhere but at you. So at least you defended yourself. Who has not
Flint.
gone yet this round? Flint.
Flint
Yes.
has not.
All right.
Flint tracks the bats, just his own innate sonar, around the room as Iriana throws him into there. And he rises out of the dissipating smoke with these huge black wings. He sees the rocket fly and he just follows it in. The bats hit and the rocket hits, and then he tucks his wings beside and he just barrels into the side of the thing.
That torpedo.
He gets aerial combat and probably. So I just need to add 1. There we go.
Right. I'm going to roll for the infantry and armored vehicle. So I have 3 successes.
Oh, I'm having trouble rolling. Let me roll my thing first, I guess. And I will there we go. Let's see if it does it that way.
Oh no. Oh no.
I can't
Flint.
see it.
Oh man.
1 success for Flint. How do you want to spend it?
How many successes you got?
I got 3.
He's just loading it up. He doesn't care. He's got plenty of blood. What
right.
happens if it gives the 1 success against the tank?
You will do damage to the tank, but the tank has already taken 1 point of damage. It's an armored car, though, so it has a lot of hit points.
How many
I love
points
that.
do we have for the objective?
You just need 1.
Yeah, I put it to the objective. I think he flies in and he hits it. Literally with just force, the bats hit it, the rocket hits it, and Flint drops his huge wings, and he's just bat haiku in the hole, and he just hits it. Night unfolds, wings whisper, blood revenges, and he just hits the tank itself. He puts the 1 success into the objective, and he takes all the damage to himself.
All right. Flint. You are going to mark 2 pips off of number 1, whatever that is.
Okay.
Can you describe what that is?
Yeah. Let me see what number 1 is. Oh, that makes sense. As he barrels into it, it literally breaks off his teeth, breaks his jaw and puts it over here, puts a cave on the side of his head. And he just like literally goes in the rent of the tank itself and head first after the bats and the rocket, and fractures his skull, breaks his teeth. But it doesn't matter because he's got plenty of blood, and you just see it. His jaw pulls back over. He spends 3 blood to reconfigure his face as he's inside.
All right. With
Oh,
that
yeah.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was saying, hell yeah.
With that last success put towards your objective, I'll say, because you haven't actually taken an action to move yourself through this building, but you have eliminated or dealt with the threat that's preventing you from maybe getting there, I'll say that this sacrifice that Flint makes with his face to stop this enemy offers enough reprieve between the phantasmagoria created by Cosgrave, the bats, the smoke, the rocket launcher. There's enough distraction here for the rest of you to escape out the back of the department store. And Flint, as you pull your head out of the wreckage of this armored vehicle, your jaw realigning itself, and the dazed and dead Nazis littering the department floor around you, you can see your squad. The last one just ducking out the rear exit of the department store. As you make your way to Sector 2.
We did it.
Amazing.
I think he takes 1 more injury. You had 3 successes.
Oh no!
I only-
the way
oh.
the way
Oh, it only
three
gets-
success, yeah, the way
Oh,
3
okay.
successes work is it automatically does a double pip on one track.
Okay. I'm glad he had blood then.
Could I do a quick search for a hat as I'm running out for Chuck? Honestly, I'm not really focused on the style of hat. It could be a sombrero. Like,
Well, there's a hat on the floor with a hole through it.
oh yeah.
Oh, he didn't
or-
leave it behind. He kept it. So he's just wearing a hat with just a hole through the top of it.
All right. So where do you guys want to go to next in Sector 2? You guys have snuck through the back alleys behind the Grand Magasin Martin and emerged somewhere in Sector 2. Where do you guys want to emerge?
Yeah.
I feel like realistically, the back alley would lead to an expensive looking garage, but
I mean, I am wearing several many stolen necklaces, so why not? Doesn't bother me. Let's do it.
Yeah, we
All
could
right,
get
so
a
you guys
nice car.
You guys are going to head to the expensive looking garage?
Yeah.
All right. Okay. A few people owned cars in the 1940s in Paris, especially during wartime. And for those who did, it was clearly a status symbol. Most of the vehicles in this garage belong to German expats or diplomats or high-ranking officers who want to be seen driving something expensive. Because of the nature of these cars, they can't handle much. They're not armored. They're meant for luxury and appearance. Unlike the armored car that you guys just took out a moments ago. This car dealership / garage looks filled with expensive, beautiful looking cars. There is an infantry squad here, similar to what you just fought in the department store, with an armored car parked in the parking lot amongst them. You also see, sitting above and on top of one of the buildings, the glint of moonlight captured off the scope of a sniper. And that's where we'll end tonight.
Oh man.
I'm
Sounds
ready
great.
to snipe back. Let's do it.
Yeah,
Bar for bar. Oh,
Ariana's about to snipe that guy for sure.
All right. And your objective here is going to try and steal something to get the hell out of here. That's your objective.
Hell yeah.
That makes sense.
Narratively, that plays well.
There is loot here, and I'll tell you what the loot is that you can get if you succeed in this. You can steal an open-top Italian speedster, or you can steal a reliable German import, or you can steal an unremarkable French jalopy. They each have a +2 thing. The open-top Italian speedster gives you +2 if you're going to roll stunts with it. The reliable German import will give you +2 in tight turns. And the unremarkable French jalopy will give you +2 if you're trying to go unnoticed.
ooh.
So those are your 3 options of cars to steal.
I don't think we've been unnoticed since we got here.
That's true.
You don't know how to do that.
If we've just been on the run.
Yeah.
Well, I have an abilities question. Do abilities stack?
Yes, if you can use multiple ones in the same turn.
Okay. Hear me out. So you know how when I used the rocket launcher, I got a critical success?
Mhm.
It says here that if I use a weapon and I roll it, I get a d6, that weapon has 1 more use restored. So technically, would I still have, would I just be like, oh, there's 2 in here?
Yeah. It's a double barrel RPG. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just hanging on this side.
Man, Nicole is carrying some fun stuff. All right. Well, thanks, guys. And we'll pick it up from there next week.
Sounds great, man. Appreciate you running tonight.